Hey guys, so today's video is going to be a little different than it normally is. Today I'm going to do what I call recent reads. So these are all books that I've purchased within the last 2 months. I purchased them all from Walmart and I've read them all completely from front cover to back cover. Some have been worn more than others. But these are all books that I've read recently and I wanted to share them with you. You will tell by most of these are all romance novels. I read basically anything. The only books that I'm not big into are like sci-fi books, but anything else I'll read. I'll always take a gander at it. So let me go in and tell you what these books are about, since I wanted to share them with you because I did like them. Otherwise I wouldn't have shared them. So the last book I finished reading, which I finished this Mother's Day weekend, was from Macy Yates. Just so you can see, it's from Macy Yates. It's called One Night Charmer, and this book talks about two people meeting each other and falling in love with each other, but they're from different stereotypes. So like it makes you think outside the normal stereotype of, you know, rich girl dates preppy boy, or pastor's son, you know, dates churchy loving girl. It makes you think outside that, as well as age. Like they go out beyond the age portion as well. So I thought that was a really good book, and you know, it might be worth you know, a read. The next book I have is called Coming Home to Texas, and it's about this girl here. Her name is Ellie, and this guy Nash. So Ellie comes back home to Texas after she finds that her fiance and her best friend were having an affair. So she comes back and she meets Nash, who is the new sheriff in town. They both obviously have experienced some pain in their life, but they work with less fortunate children and, well, teenagers, not even children, and they end up falling in love over working with the kids, but also the troubles that are going on at Ellie's family farm, where somebody is shooting at the bison. So they fall in love over that. So that was a really good book. It's on the thinner side. I think I finished this within like 6 hours, but it's a really good book, and it keeps you interested because it's kind of like romance with mystery, because you're trying to figure out who is harming the bison. So, and I figured it out pretty quickly. The next book I have here is by Jodie Thomas, and this is Rustler's Moon. And this is about a girl named, I think her name's Angela or Angie. It's been a while since I read this one, but she is running from her hometown, and she moves to Texas after her dad dies, but she thinks her dad was killed because he leaves her a note that says pretty much run and hide as far as you can, and he sets up all this stuff for her to have a new name and money and a job and everything, because he knew something was going to happen, and obviously it did, and now he is dead, and she moves out and she meets Wilkes, and she feels safe with him. She falls in love with him, and together they figure out what's going on with her past, and you know, they help each other, and it was really nice. So the next book I have is by Sheila Roberts, and it's called Home on Apple Blossom Road, and this one was probably one of my favorites. It's about two kids that they were best friends growing up, and then they dated, and when they went off to college, the boy gets jealous and breaks up with her. Years later, his grandmother, who is pretty much her adopted grandmother, dies and passes away. And when she passes away, she leaves them a scavenger hunt, one last scavenger hunt that they have to do together with no one else. And pretty much it leads them back to the orchard that they grew up and played on when they were growing up. And she leaves it to them in hopes that they'll fall back in love, because their grandmother felt, well, his grandmother felt that they had like the ultimate love story. So it was a sweet story, and it gets you like, you know, it gets you excited for, are they going to get back together? Are they not? Because they go from fighting and hating each other to, at the end, just loving each other. And that was really nice. So I got that one. This one, which is by Susan Wiggs, which is called Return to Willow Lake, is about a girl who, growing up, just grew up with just her mom and found her dad, and as she's growing up she wants to impress her dad, so she gets into stuff that her dad wants, and her dad introduces her to this guy, and so she starts to, you know, see him, and then her mom finds out that she's in a high-risk pregnancy because she's an older obviously an older lady having a baby, and then there's another complication thrown in there, which is that her mom has cancer. So along this journey of her mom having cancer, she moves back home to take care of her mom and works on a TV show, and her dad is running for Senate, and it comes out that she accidentally made a sex tape with a old high school fling, well, not even fling, her best friend from high school. And they're trying to find out where it came from, and they're trying to find out where all these nasty rumors are coming from, and it ends up coming from the guy she used to date, because he only wants to work with the person that's going to win, and he thought his candidate wasn't going to win. So it was really nice. It's a good book, and it makes you remember like your first love. So there's that book. And then I have this one, which is Hey Good Lookin'. And this has been a while since I read this one, so I'm going to quickly graze over the back. Oh, okay. So this one is about a boy and a girl. His brother passes away, and his brother Russell had money. They all get money from their trust fund, but his brother Russell left all his money to his best friend Darby, which is the love of Ben. And Ben and her work together to find out if pretty much what's going on, like who their stepmom is, or who Ben's stepmom is, and why she's after becoming on the Christmas tour. And in the end, she ends up running away after poisoning Ben's dad. And it's really nice. It's a really good book, and I love it. And this dog is actually Russell's dog, and they ended up falling in love with the dog and falling in love with each other. It was a really good book. It's more something you have to read. I can't explain it. It's more something you gotta read, but it makes you cry, because like they go back and in like past, and they read through the past stuff, and then they go to the future or the present day, and it's a really, really good book. So that was a really good one. I had to think what that one is. And this one is Nicholas Sparks, The Choice. And oh my God, does this make you want to cry. It made me cry a couple times. So this is about two people that fell in love. And why it's called The Choice, if you haven't read the book or don't know what it's about, is he has a choice to make. His wife got into a really bad car accident, and she's in a coma. And in the hospital, you can only be in a coma and in the hospital for a certain amount of time, and they make that limit, and he has to decide if he's going to take her off life support, so pretty much let her die, or if he's going to keep her on and they move to like a nursing home or assisted living home, and he has to make that choice. And what ends up happening is he moves her to a home, and he keeps her on the life support, and later on she wakes up from a coma, which they didn't think she would. But it is by far, it's an amazing book, but it makes you cry, because he literally beats himself up for the car accident because it was raining, and he was driving a little faster to get home because of the rain. And oh my God, it was just I can't say cutest, but it's a great story. It's definitely something to read. And if you're a big Nicholas Sparks fan, which I'm actually not, this was the first Nicholas Sparks book I bought. It's definitely worth a read at least. And I didn't know this, because I like I said, I'm not a Nicholas Sparks fan, but there's actually a The Choice movie. I don't know if it's actually come out or when it comes out, but I thought I'd share. So these are my recent reads. If you would like, I can leave down in the description the titles and the authors if you want to go find them. Otherwise, once I read a book once, I rarely ever read it again. I never pick it up again, so it usually clicks dust. If there's a book in here that you would like to read, let me know, and maybe we can arrange something about me like sending you the book and then kind of like pay it forward with reading. So like you get the book and then you can read it, and then you can give it to someone else and keep going or something. I don't know, because books just in my house collect dust because I read them once and that's it. So that's all for this video. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you want more videos like this, leave it down in the comment section below. Just letting me know you like it. And otherwise, we will see you again for another video. Bye, guys.